Welcome back on our pop adventure. Now, this is episode 13, and I think I mentioned it in the last episode. Traditionally, an unlucky number, but hopefully, it will be a lucky number for us this week because we're yet again aiming for our first top hit out of a mystery box. And you can see that this is another Pop Figures mystery box, and got a little bit of screed on the side there, which covers what are big hits in, but I'll go into a little bit more detail about what this mystery box may contain. And I'll be honest, it's got some really good hits in it, so it's one that I'm hoping to get at least one of the mini grails out of. But before we get to that, let's have a look and see what I've picked up to go in the collection this week. Well, this is a line I've shown a lot of pops for over the previous weeks because it's a line that I am slowly but surely filling out and completing, and we're back in the world of WandaVision, and this time we've picked up the Monica Rambeau pop. So Monica being one of the catalysts for the story to move forward, and a comic book character that I really like. So let's have a look at Monica in her faux spacesuit out of the box. So you may notice instantaneously massive head, and I know I get fixated on these and they're toys that are known for kind of little body, big head, giant eyes, but yeah, this one is one hell of a unit with the head. So Monica Rambeau, as I mentioned, a key part of the WandaVision story, and really nice to see that character be introduced into the Marvel TV universe, let's say, but for wider extension, hopefully the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because she did play a large part in comic books that I loved when I was a kid. Now, the only thing I will say about this is no way is she fitting that space helmet on her head, but what a quality pop, and another one in the WandaVision line. And they say good things come in pairs, so the second pop I picked up this week, again, is from WandaVision. So let's see who we got this time, and this is the Vision. From Halloween Night, which is a return to his more traditional Marvel Comics outfit. So again, let's have a look at little Vision giving us a wave. Let's give him a wave back. Why isn't Vision spinning around, you may ask? Well, I found out that he's a little bit wibbly wobbly on his feet. Stands up perfectly when still, so if you're doing an out-of-box collection with it. But yeah, a pro tip here. Don't ever put him on something that spins because he falls over. Possibly he's been having too much Halloween candy, or as we saw at one point in the show, maybe he's got a bit of chewing gum stuck down his throat and it's making him go all funny. But yeah, great pop, great line. I step ever closer to get to them all, though there's some significant bumps to get through. But as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that really shone out for me on this pop and at this point in the TV show was how it leaned heavily into how he looked in the comic book, certainly at the time of his debut. And I do lean more towards the comic book stylings than I do necessarily the TV or the movie figures, which has its ups, has its downs, because I think for most people the more popular ones will be the ones that are based off the movie. But Vision's now in the collection. I do feel a little bit bad because there's a 50s, or sorry, Halloween Wanda as well, but couldn't pick up Halloween Wanda at the time because it wasn't in stock, so apologies that I'm not keeping up my trend of having couples together. But as I say, wouldn't have got them on the spinner, and to be honest, Wanda's probably safer being away from the somewhat drunken Vision right now. So with the collection bolstered, let's have a look and see what we could get, or what we did get, in our mystery box. So as it says on the side, this was a $39.99 per mystery box, but it's guaranteed value, and the guaranteed TBD value at boxing was £40, so a penny more than you're paying. Now, as we see here, the top hits are a Hobgoblin from Marvel Comics, a purple Mark Hamill, and the two that I would love to see out of the top hits, which is Bane from Dark Knight Rises and Tony Montana from Scarface. Now, there were 125 boxes, so again, you're looking at top hits, your chances are low. I've got two of them, but there were a degree of mini hits, as they term it, which were over box value, and in that we also have a Loki pop, There's a Roger Rabbit. There's a Chocker from My Hero Academia. There's a Velma from ScoobyDoo. Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka. Dr. Cox from Scrubs. And Emile from Ratatouille. And also a Daphne from Scooby-Doo. So, loads of the mini hits I'd really like as well, and more outside of that. So it is a pretty good box, but let's see whether I've been lucky or whether my poor form has retained. So it's cutty time and cutty knife. I guess one of the questions is will I ever lump up and stump up for a knife that works? Probably not. I think it's part of the charm is the ability to hurt oneself very, very badly whilst unboxing pops. So we're most of the way through. I presume they're going to be individually boxed in here, so crack it open and check. Yep, so here is mystery box 1, and here is mystery box 2, and here is jelly beans. Right, so let's fling the said box to the side now. Nothing from the shaky test, although this one feels slightly lighter, so let's try this one first, and let's divide these into the two that they come in. As I say, 2 pops per one, so again you're looking at the £40 value, so I guess if you're not hitting any of the mini hits, you may well get sort of varied valuations on these, but I guess if you hit one of the bigger hits, then your second pop is probably going to be quite low value. But let's not mess around and let's see what our first pop is. Oh, and then I can feel it's a pop protector, and so this is Slinky Dog from Toy Story. I think I've said previously about how I am getting into collecting the Disney Pixar ones. So this, now that we've got Slinky in the collection, maybe Toy Story can become a priority. So let's have a look at it out of the box. So after a run of highlighting big pops, massive headed pops, the huge awful one from last episode, it's quite nice to see this one. So he actually did look quite tiny in the box, and when you get him out he's also quite tiny, but here's a Slinky Dog, so I guess he's always going to be. Pixar movies, big fan of them. Getting Pixar into my collection, yet something that I really want to do, so this is a good pickup for me. From a valuation perspective, Slinky's coming in at 15 on TPD at the moment, but what a cool kind of design. As you can see, as he rotates around, you can see like the Slinky body elements to it, so they really have kind of gone all out on this. And who doesn't love a dog pop? So Slinky Dog, get in the collection, mate. So yeah, a nice little pop there, and with the valuation as it is, as we say, that it always fluctuates, but this one should be coming in around sort of 23, 24 pounds. So let's see whether this is another one that I'll be happy to keep in the collection. Kratos from God of War, and a game franchise that I played, although not the latest one, even though it's been on my PS5 for a long time now. But let's have a look and see what. So here is the God of War out of box and ready to cause some trouble. So in the States, this figure was a GameStop exclusive. Now I've got the special edition sticker. He's also glow in the dark, and obviously it's not dark, therefore no glowy for me. And I've got a few glow in the darks now, so I might again consider doing a video at some point where we look at some of the glow in the dark videos and try and do a good display of them. Now that will obviously push my very basic camera techniques to its utmost, but yeah, something we'll look at doing. But a game franchise that I really like, and I think it is an excellent pop. And I presume the glow in the dark is what we're seeing now that pumps around to the front. But you know, it's Kratos with all his weapons on his back. He's got his axe as well. But yeah, excellent little figure. And being a bit of a video gamer, this is one that will stay in my collection. Valuation wise, looking at a return of £33 for this, so that'll bring the box into overvalue. And if you were looking at just splitting it down of going, well, if you get like 20 quid back for one, this one's coming quite high over it, but not one that I'm looking to sell or trade. This one will be staying in the collection. So after box one, we're coming in at around £48, so over value, so a good start. No top hit though. Do like both the pops though, and I could easily see both of these staying in the collection. So let's see whether box number 2 is as kind to us. Cutty cuts. It's a shame because you cut through the stickers as well here. Although I guess at this stage, as you've seen from the amount of pop figure unboxings that I've done, there are a lot of stickers in this house. So one of the things that I didn't mention, which is one of the ones that I would be quite keen to get, although feeling from the weight I don't think I have, is there's also a Baby Metal, or one of the band members from Baby Metal is one of the hits, so that would be grand. But let's have a look at box number 1. Easy it fast. So it's Mickey from Kingdom Hearts 3. So Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that I played the first and the second of. I don't think I ever got round to playing 3. Again, gaming ones aren't really my big sort of kick, but it is, as I say, a game franchise that I quite like. So with key in hand, let's see Mickey do a little spinner on the table. Here's Mickey holding the key that they use predominantly in Kingdom Hearts 3. It is his weapon of choice. Now, I quite like this pop out of the box. When I unboxed it, I kind of knew, because I have looked at this line before, and I knew it was relatively low value. So this one's only coming in at £7 TPV, so way under what we expect out of the box. So hopefully that's some good news for the next pop, but we'll get to that when we get back to the video and unbox that. So let's focus on Mickey here. Well, yeah, cool pop. Mickey Mouse is not my favourite character in the world. I often don't like the main characters of franchises, but I really liked Kingdom Hearts, and I remember liking Kingdom Hearts 2, and do you know what this has done is this has kind of piqued my interest again to maybe go back and play Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, and some of the extended stuff. Now I'll have to have a look and see what it's available on and how I can get it, but again, mystery boxes piquing your interest in franchises you haven't thought about for a long time, and who knows, may even turn into something on the YouTube channel where I may do some videos on Kingdom Hearts if I can get decent copies and actually fancy having a go. So let's move on and see what's up next. So with Mickey coming in at a £7 valuation, kind of puts a little bit of So with Mickey coming in at £7 of valuation, it kind of puts a bit of pressure on this one. So you should be looking at something in the sort of £30 to £35 range. But because it's quite a low value one, I'm hoping that means this bad boy could be in the mini hits. So let's see what's in here. Let's see whether we do well here. So look, we only bloody had, you know. So not one of the considered top hits, but certainly the mini hits, and what a fantastic pop to pull out. Big fan of ScoobyDoo. It's a line that I've had my eye on, but a line that isn't particularly cheap. So my first figure in the ScoobyDoo line, and my first kind of just under top hit. So I said earlier in the episode about being lucky. Well, actually I do feel very lucky on this one. Now, I said that the way this mystery box line was done, there was a very good chance that you'd get, or I would get, should I say, a pop I really like, because there were just lots of pops from the lines that I liked in there. And one of the risks, I guess, is once you get a pop from that line, you tend to look at getting more. But ScoobyDoo, iconic show for me, certainly pre-ScrappyDoo years when he came along and ruined the show for me. But really chuffed to get a figure like this in a mystery box run. Valuation wise as well, I mean, we said about the Mickey being £7. Well, the Daphne at the moment comes in at 47, so brings the box value over. But as a singular pop, yeah, done very well on this, and very pleased to have this in my new line of collecting, which would be ScoobyDoo. Although, as you keep seeing in all these episodes, I keep talking about new lines. It may be a little bit of a while till we see another ScoobyDoo figure pop in. So an excellent pickup, and again, like you're looking at the valuation coming at £54 for the two, so over what I spent, and again another one for the collection. So it's been a very good day for mystery boxes, and I think that is my best mystery box pull so far as an individual pop. As I say, it certainly was listed in the mini ground list, so again, not the top hit, but very, very close to it. And on the mini ground list, it is one of the ones I wanted in comparison to some of the other stuff that was on there. So brilliant, and Pop Figures has done me proud here. Again, a few of them for the collection. My only fear is that now that I've got the Daphne from ScoobyDoo, it really does mean that that is a line I will collect. And as I say, they're for the core members, for the original ones, they're not a cheap line. But that's part of this collecting thing, is that if you want the ones you want, lots of other people want them, so the value and the price goes up. So before I move on to my pop of the week, as ever, please take the time to like and subscribe on the video, join us on the channel, join us on our Facebook group, and more than anything else, pop something in the comments. Let us know what your pop of the week is, what one you liked the most, or if you're interested in any of these lines. But despite having some more WandaVision pickups, which I think I've made clear is a line I really love, there can be only one pop of the week for me this week, and that is Daphne from ScoobyDoo. And at some point in the near future, there'll be a bit of a rearrange going on behind me, so expect to see Daphne centre and proud in the wall of pops that grows behind me. Thanks very much for watching, and catch you next week. Thanks for watching, and just remember, you can join the Cult of Egg by liking and subscribing to this YouTube channel. We release regular content where we talk about all things geek, all things pop culture, and all things that we're interested in. You can also come along and join the discussion on Facebook groups and Renaissance Cast. And you can join us on our Twitch channel where Stu regularly streams games. And if you'd like to support us, then please follow the link for the Patreon. Thanks very much.